Hello everyone, and welcome back to Staxel. Funny story. So for the longest time I was like, okay, nobody's voted. I was like, I just really want to play Staxel. So I'm just gonna play it. And I checked the vote one last time. I was like, please let nobody have voted on anything. And Audio voted for Staxel. I was like, yes, she read my mind. Oh my gosh! Why were you in the stream for 2 hours? You know I don't get off until 5. I love this game. Like, I've been so into this game, and I think it's like... I like the voxel graphics and the blocks and everything, and so it's kind of like Minecraft, but there's people, and there's like stuff to interact with, and you know, there's I'm sorry, Audio. I don't know how, honestly, the notifications, I was sitting on my phone on Discord during the intro, waiting for it to actually pull up the intro, and it, straight up didn't for the longest time, so maybe that's it. Hi, Loki. That frickin' cow is just all the way over. I'm getting sick of that cow. And then I remember on my other one, I actually straight up had to move. I had to put higher fence and move them all back in. You are exceedingly annoying. I'm gonna run all the way back up here. Yeah, you know I don't get off until 5. Because I got that job thing that I don't like, but I gotta do. Okay, what were we doing? Yeah, I get off at 5 every day. So by the time I get home and kind of get things settled, then I was like, well, what are we gonna do for dinner? Because Hub's stomach is not feeling good. So, and then he brought up that he had some nuggets for lunch. And I was like, oh, nuggets sound really good. But I was like, I don't want McDonald's nuggets. What do I want? Let's see what project we're working on. I don't know, maybe the one that doesn't have a roof. I swear I've mentioned it before. Oh my, is that a new discovery? I must record it immediately. For this one, I can award you 15 Borland Encyclopedia points, bringing your total to 525. What? I don't know what the points do. Buddy, what are this point system? Okay, we're missing 2 chairs. Oh wait, I built the bed. Aha. Completely forgot about that. That's the bathroom. There's the bedroom. I guess it's going there. is that? My order is on the way. Thankfully, I live right down the street from Wendy's. I wanted Wendy's nuggets because, honestly, I like how crispy they are. Ooh, would you look at that? Okay, so now all we need to do is buy the stuff for the roof. And 2 chairs. What about you people? Do you guys have anything? I just want like the basic like ranch chairs. No. Well, let's go order them. Ooh, what about you? What do you have? Mushroom? Alua. I like looking at all the murmur merchants. They, ooh, I don't know why, but I like that. Water block. So also buying this stuff here unlocks it, so you can buy it elsewhere. Japanese arch. Not gonna lie, I really wanted these flowers. They're so pretty. I don't know what they do. I don't know what they're for. I'm just literally going to place them places on the farm and just look at that. It's so pretty. We'll just like boop, boop. For absolutely no good reason. I bought those. If I have the money, I might as well spend it. Okay, now that I'm forgetting exactly what I'm doing. Oh, so, fun fact. I learned that this tape measurer thing will actually let you measure from one spot to the next, and it'll tell you how many tiles there are. Tell my Bambina I say hi. I miss her. I miss her greatly. Am I still coming over Saturday? Ranch. Oh my gosh. Ranch. It's ranch. Okay, we're wait. No, order 2 of those for 500. Okay, that's. I can spend an extra 200 to get it now. Expedite. Huh? Would you look at that? Oh yeah. Well. Oh my goodness, she's getting so big. Look at that little bean. She's scooting. She's scooting. How cute. I miss that Bambina. At this point, I do what I want. If you want me to come over, I will come over, because I desperately want to watch the rest of the Bridgerton season. I'm dying. I need to know. There's so many, like... As many spoilers as they can manage. Like, Facebook's just like, oh, but don't you want to see, like, all the new stills? I'm like, don't tease me! Like, I need to be able to see this. Okay, so now we have to build some semblance of a roof, and I actually realized what I thought was a colossal error is actually not. The fact that I re-bought all the floor tiles means that I have some to do with the ceiling. So now I can just take the 318 that I bought, because I had a case of the dumb. What color are we doing the roof? What color blocks do I have? Do I have anything? Do I have anything good? I have red? I feel like red is fitting. So that'll give us a jump start on the roof. Like, legit, I have been playing so much Staxel. Staxel and Coral Island have been, like, my jam the last couple days, and I don't know why. Like, I was never super into either of them, and now I'm, like, all the time just like, yes, that is short. I missed a step. Yeah, I done missed a step. We need some kind of block. Which was cheapest? What blocks are cheap? 150, 150, definitely not those ones. 100. Well, crap, that's cheaper. For 5? Yep, for 5. So, we're doing it. It's gonna be covered anyway. Might as well buy the same stuff. Something embarrassing happened to you? Do share with the class. Misery loves company. I do stupid things. It's okay. Sometimes when I'm at work, I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm like, my brain is not working. I'm like, oh. Oh, wow, that tree. Thank you, tree. That worked out perfect. Okay, we're gonna... Grubhub will be here soon. I don't normally order from Grubhub, because most of the time I'll actually just take myself to wherever it is. I forgot that she was going to be the one living here, and I was like, what are you doing in this house? And then I was like, oh, yeah, huh. It's her house, except there's no roof, so I don't know why she's here. I honestly didn't think she would move in until after the roof was done, but apparently not. I was going places with that. Anywho, but through Prime, you can now get free delivery with Grubhub. So I was like, you know what? That's fine by me. This needs to go. I'm just trimming the hedges up in here. Trying not to actually cut down the tree, because that's not what we're going for. I'm just giving it a little haircut. Oh, well. I've taken a little too much, but it's fine. It's totally fine. I just need to be able to build the roof. She's literally getting rained on in her bed, and she's like, this is normal. This is fine. I'm like, okay. Ah, rats. I didn't do these walls. You know what? I might actually be able to do it just from down here. But actually, it's... Why am I freaked out? I'm going to fill in the whole thing anyway. Dun, dun, dun. I'm just standing on the furniture. There we go. Okay, that is not where we're going. Do we have food? I heard the front door, so I'm assuming we have food. I might have to go and get my food, get my nuggets. I'm like a freaking gremlin. I'm hungry. I had soup for lunch. I made potato soup last night. So I ate my soup, and now I am like very hungry because the soup was not super filling. So yeah. Give me... Okay, I'm distracted. Okay, give me un momento. Put you on... So the zipper of my pants, because they are the men's pants, for the uniform, because the women's pants, the between the legs part is super short. So I'm like, my butt is not gonna fit in the women's pants. So I got men's pants. But the problem is, like, they're not fitted right in the front. And so, for some odd reason, if I have my phone in my pocket and it's stretched too tight across my hips, when I walk, there's a clicking sound that the zipper makes. And I don't know why, but it makes me self-conscious. So yeah, I absolutely hate that. I get like really self-conscious walking through the halls. I'm like, oh, just listen. Mm-hmm. My question to you: what kind of fast food nuggets are your favorite? Because I'm pretty much game for anybody who has a spicy nugget. But my preference is Wendy's because they're not battered, they're breaded. And me gusta bread. Farm fan, why are you chilling in your house without a roof? I thought the requirement... I wouldn't have put the last pieces of furniture if I thought she was going to move in, because now she's just going to be in my way. Like, I didn't buy lights. It's just dark in here. I've actually also thought about modding Staxel because they're pretty much done developing it. There's not going to be any new updates. But there is like a lot of mods and stuff you can get on Steam. So I'm curious. I'm curious about modding it. I think it might be fun. It's so freaking dark. And honestly though, adding lights hardly helps. That's one of the mods that I found that I was looking at. I've heard of places that have large numbers of stray cats. Wouldn't it be nice if it was like that around here? I feel more comfortable with cats around, I think. You know, same. Not gonna lie. Like, I really like having cats around. There's something like, dogs are so high energy, and it's just like, they're not a soothing presence. Cats, on the other hand, like, cats are usually pretty gosh darn chill. Oh my gosh, it's so dark. Well, if you didn't insist on moving in before the house was even finished, Farm fan, maybe we wouldn't be living in, you know, the dark ages. It's not dark in there because there's no roof yet. Can't be dark if there's a skylight. I need more lights. Am I gonna have enough? I don't actually think I'm gonna have enough. Of all the blocks that we had, I don't think we're gonna have enough for the bedroom and the bathroom. Because the bathroom is surprisingly a large room. Definitely need more lights. Okay, we literally need 10 more blocks. We need 10 more blocks and a couple more lights. Ooh, a star bit. Okay, this one. Oh, crap. I don't know why I was counting in twos, but those come in groups of 5, so we're gonna have extra. And then lights. Actually, star bit first. I want the bits. Okay. We'll just grab a couple more of those. I could totally just leave the roof like that. Okay, well maybe let's actually fill it in first. For a second that freaked me out and I was like getting Scooby-Doo vibes of like just the eyes floating in the darkness. I'm like, it's just a fly. Was that seriously all of the furniture she wanted? I guess there's no sofa, no nothing. It's just void. Oh, that makes things interesting. Actually, I think I might like the flat roof. I don't know, what do you guys think? Because unfortunately I did not realize that it's going to make this weird like lip. I don't know, what do we think? Is it okay to leave it flat? Or am I a bad person if I do that? I've never just left it flat, but then again, on every other house that I've done an extra layer of just block, so it actually puts things more even. So if I do that, then I don't know if there's going to be like a weird offset. I think it actually looks kind of nice. Very well, we shall leave it there. It's not lazy, it's creative. I'm sorry for unintentional ASMR. Like I said, I am starving. You just get to listen to me and my crispy nuggets. You want a brownie? I actually make really good brownies. Like, I'm not the biggest brownie fan, but I make really good ones. I have a really interesting way of making brownies. Or like my preference would put most people off. I prefer underdone brownies to where they're almost soupy. Like, I like very loose brownies. It's essentially just like warm brownie batter. I have always liked it that way, and surprisingly my mom likes them that way. It's probably where I get it from. But yes, it is delicious. Okay, so Farm Fan has a house now. Yay, our homeless population is dwindling. Okay, where is Maximilian? There he is. Looks like someone new wants to move in. Please let it be Emelia. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Yes, it's Emelia. Once it's built, they'll move in the next day. Sweet. Exactly who I wanted. Okay, You know, that's just kind of the housing block. You know, I'm gonna go put Emelia's house on the other side of Rosemary's house. Everyone's just gonna live right next to each other. So, did you bring your pet with you today? I wanted to say hello. Aw, Rosemary. What a peach. Okay. Yeah, this is just kind of the housing block now, I guess. I don't want to, like, destroy all the big trees. Okay, so part of that tree's gonna have to go, not the whole thing, but... There we go. Unfortunately, that whole tree's gonna have to go. Can't save them all. So what made you crave a brownie? I mean, besides the fact that brownies are delicious. Brownies are really good, and they're super easy to make. As a rule of thumb, I just have, like, general baking supplies on hand, like, at all times, so if I really, really wanted something, I could probably mix it up. Okay, what a cheese run. What is that? What does that mean? I just realized that all these houses have the same base color. They have cream and then the, like, light wood. Okay, well. I guess we're doing, you know, samesies on everything. Okay, but I know Emelia's style is pink. So, how do we want her house? We do the opposite of this one and just have the bump on the other side. Oh, come on. I'm not even allowed to know. There's nobody even here. It's fine. You and your secrets, fine. I'll just keep more secrets from you. Because I believe in reciprocity. Those come from? I don't even know. Okay, how do we want this? Everyone's got two-story houses except for the ones that I build. But what does it mean? Okay, so we're going to go all the way. Like, that's literally all you do is just go around collecting cheese. I mean, not gonna lie, it sounds like something I would have done before, too. I swear the music in this one and Coral Island actually just pissed me off. So when I'm playing by myself, I don't actually listen to the game music. I just play my own music. That's what Emelia's original house looks like. That was actually my design. It was based off of Emelia's original house. I don't want to copy. I don't want all the houses to look exactly the same. Okay, so this one's going to be a wee bit different. That's all it needs to be, is it's just a wee bit different. How do I want this? Because that's not exactly what we're going for either. Screw it. We'll just go all the way across. And then fill that one in. Okay, so that general shape. Actually, I don't like that. Not a vibe, not a vibe. Better. Too much, too much, too much. A little bit less. Okay. So that'll be that. It's amazing how fast you can churn out houses once you, like, build a dozen of them. Because I don't get fancy with them. Like I said, no 2 stories here. Everyone gets a single story house. So last night I decided to start rewatching an old show, and honestly, I kind of forgot how good it was. I started watching Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman again. I think I watched the entire series through once, and now I'm doing it again. Because Maxton Hall isn't going to come out with another season for like 2 years. They like just renewed and they're going to start filming in the fall. I'm just like, so sad. Although I don't really think there's like a lot of CG in it, so I don't think it would take that long to edit and all that, but that's probably just wishful thinking. Because I'm absolutely obsessed with Maxton Hall. Time for a chicken nugget. I actually straight up just like mine with ketchup. Water break. Water break redeemed. Has anybody actually watched Dr. Quinn? I like that show. I don't even remember the first time I like watched it or anything like that. I mean, it's a good show. Everyone's just like, who ever heard of a lady doctor? It's kind of funny because, like, her name is actually spelled Michael with an A on the end. And so that's, like, in the pilot episode, that's what ends up happening is the town thinks that they're getting a doctor named Michael because the telegraph operator thought it was weird to include the middle initial because he thought the A at the end was actually, like, for his middle name, but it was actually the A on Michaela. So that's always fun. Okay, how many pieces do we have? This time we're actually going to count right, hopefully. But yeah, that's the whole thing. They're just like, oh yeah, like we're expecting this Dr. Michael. And I think she goes to the preacher first, and she's like, oh, are you the Reverend? And he's like, oh yeah, that's me. She goes, oh, I'm Dr. Quinn. And he goes, wait, what? And she's like, Michaela Quinn, MD. He's like, no. And she's like, yes. And then he, like, takes her around town, and he's just like, so, like, you're a woman. You can't be here. And oh, that's a great show. It's funny. Ah, the old shows, they don't make them like that anymore. Yeah, well, that's too damn bad. Yep, that is exactly what happened. Like, at one point, she tries so hard for these people to, like, just accept her. She actually goes to the guy he's the local barber, which barbers actually used to do, like, a lot more than just, like, just haircuts and stuff. Holy crap, that's expensive. Yeah, barbers actually used to be, like, emergency surgeons. They would do all sorts of stuff, and, yeah, so she goes to him, and she's like, oh yeah, like, my tooth has been hurting, and he's like, oh, it needs to be pulled. So she, like, straight up lets him pull her tooth. Perfectly good tooth. I'm like, wow. Just to convince these, like, jerk faces to like you? Okay, we need a lot. We need a lot of these. Yeah, like, she's straight up, I'm like, wow, okay. Okay, I'm trying to, like, continue clicking with my left hand while I, like, get another nugget, but I keep straying to other things. Actually, I was finishing the last bite of my last nugget. But yeah, she's straight up a trooper. And then, of course, like, the first episode. Oh, I'm broke. The first episode, she and Sully are, like, making eyes at each other. I'm like, hot dang, woman, you've been here all of 5 seconds, and you're already husband hunting. Although, okay, kudos to them. They actually made her, like, an older character. I mean, she's not even that old, but in season 1, she celebrates her 35th birthday. I'm like, wow, okay, that's, for, especially, like, older shows, for her to be, like, a young single woman. And they do mention that, like, oh, she's not married yet. Like, oh, she's getting up there in years. In Bridgerton, a spinster is 26. 26! In Dr. Quinn, she's 35, and they're like, yeah, she might want to think about getting married, like, if she wants some kids, you know, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'm like, dang, Bridgerton. Bridgerton's straight up savage. Like, you're not married? It's like, as soon as you turn 18, they're like, okay, you better get married. And it's like, every year that you don't get married, it's like, okay, get used to living alone. Like, seriously, harsh. I didn't get married super young, but I was still pretty young when I got married. Yeah, I feel like I was a decent age to get married. I had myself mostly figured out by that point. Then again, as soon as you're in a relationship with somebody, you're going to change as a person. Like, as soon as you're with somebody long-term, like living together in that kind of situation, like, yeah, you're gonna be changing. But I was comfortable with myself by that point. I actually literally, like, just gotten comfortable in my own skin whenever I met my husband. And I was like, oh, okay. I finally got, like, oh, yeah, like, I can go this alone. Like, you know, I'm not waiting on a man. And then all of a sudden, bam! I'm like, oh, wow. Wasn't that awful sudden? And we dated for 2 years before getting married. Mental math. Okay, so... yeah, okay, it was 2 months after our 2-year anniversary that we got married. I had to do some mental math there. And we're broke. Material islands. There's nothing here. Whoa. I always like when they land. It's so much fun. Except I'm like, where's the thing? There we go. Yes, extraordinarily shiny. And the other one's on top of the building. I really hate it when they do that. Because I don't have a decent way up there. I cannot climb on top of the bush. Oh, but I can get on that. Parkour! Ah, except I can't get up there. Ah, loser. There's just gonna be, like, blocks attached to the back of the buildings just so that I can climb up. I've done it before. I do it again. Okay. Boop. But then it would be ugly. Then my town would look ugly. And I've worked really hard to make it look decent. On the community page on Steam, some people have, like, amazing creations. And honestly, like, I'm the worst. I'm like, yeah. Like, look, this is barn. I literally do, like, the bare minimum. Frick fracking cow is trying to run away. Do you want me to try to go get it? Because I can try. Okay. Okay. Just for you, audio, we will... we have blocks. We have blocks in our inventory. Just for you, we'll go try to go get that one. I mean, try. It's gonna be stupid easy, but... like, legit, I've done this before. Don't mind the B&E. It's fine, Rosemary. It's totally fine. You can just imagine her. What are you doing on top of the store? Mind your business, David! Like, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. You didn't see any. Oh, hi, Rose. So I've been thinking. You have a pet, right? Some of the other residents have in the past, too. I've seen traveling merchants with pets, too, sometimes. We're gonna open a pet store! Give me the sign. Of course I'll build it. We're gonna build a pet store. She gave me 1,000 petals. How sweet. How sweet of you, Rosemary. Why, thank you. Many thanks for the paltry sum. Okay, well, I'm still going to work on Emelia's house. Because I have a tiny bit of money. It's not much. But yes, there you go. There you go. I got your shiny for you. I lost track of how many we have. I think we need 100. Oh, look at that. The money's running out. Money goes by so stupidly fast in this game. Sorry, every time I see a queen bee, I like have to grab it. I might as well just start grabbing these too. But yes, now we can build a pet store. And then we can get more pets, like hedgehogs and rabbits. That is something I actually learned today. So I was like, what's the point of having a pet store if you can't buy anything else? And then it was like, oh look, hedgehogs. Oh look, rabbits. I'm like, wait, what? So yes, we will eventually be able to buy more pets. Not gonna lie, I've always been curious about a pet hedgehog because, like, can you pet them? Do they snuggle? Like, I'm not for having pets that you can't, like, physically interact with, like fish. Yeah, I think there's rabbits, hedgehogs, and foxes? I was off on my count again. 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna need to buy 15 more. And then go find a way to make money, because then I'm broke again. Broke AF, my friends. Eris, move out of the way. I got things to do. Okay, and with these final blocks, we shall have finished the floor. Oh look, I had 1 extra. How delightful. Okay, now we have to go make money. Except I need another chicken. I need to finish the chicken nugget that I took a bite of. I'm dipping them in ketchup, that's why it takes me a minute. Because I am a small child and I like ketchup. It's funny, my mom absolutely hates ketchup. And she's not a fan of potatoes. Like, honestly, when I heard her say that, I'm like, are we actually related? Your child who can eat potatoes at any meal of the day. I love potatoes. Honestly, if I only could eat potatoes for the rest of my life, I'd be set. I freaking love potatoes. Get out of here. We're not related. Go away. I love ketchup. I like things that have a vinegar taste. So honestly, my favorite ketchup is like diner ketchup that's been like in the bottle, like the glass bottles that have been like out and it's like been warm. Yeah, I like the taste of vinegar. Which is why I like pickles. I like pickles and buffalo sauce. Like I said, anything that has like a vinegar punch to it is just like, yes. I don't know why. That's like, it is, that is my food group. Is like vinegar things. And actually, when my stomach is like super, super upset, and if I have like a flare up of heartburn, the only thing that surprisingly does not give me extra heartburn is pickles. I like pickles. I like them a lot. I would be so sad if I ever have a kid and my body just is like, nope, you don't like pickles anymore. Pickles are gross. I would be so sad. Disney's food aversion, one of her food aversions was garlic, and I'm like, oh, that would kill me. Like, I use garlic, like, religiously. Freaking love garlic. I was making potato soup last night, and I legit just, like, grabbed a spoon, took out, like, oh gosh, probably, like, a heaping tablespoon of garlic, and was just like, yeah, it just makes sense. Just garlic. And I'm like, I really like garlic. I don't know if Hubs really likes garlic. Like, he usually likes my food, but I always use, if the recipe calls for, like, oh, a teaspoon of garlic, I'm like, no. That's like 3 tablespoons of garlic. I really like garlic. And I like onion to a point. If I'm cooking with it, yes. I don't like raw onions. And I actually might be allergic to raw onions because when my mom came over to cook Thanksgiving dinner with me, she cut up onions for the stuffing, and I couldn't breathe. Like, I couldn't breathe, and my eyes were, like, on fire. Not just, like, typical, oh, I'm cutting an onion and, like, my eyes kind of tear up. No. I cannot be around onions or else my eyes are on fire and I have to put a cold compress on them. You have no sugar. How do you have no sugar in your house? I don't even really use, like, especially white sugar. I don't even really use it, yet I still have it. Okay. What? Do you have bananas? Good sweet lord. Do you have dates? If you don't have bananas, why would you have dates? Do you have syrup? Okay, so you have maple syrup. Give me a minute. When my mom went through her diet, she couldn't have white sugar or refined sugar. She could have, maple syrup and coconut sugar. I've been here. I've done this. Okay, you have cocoa powder. No, do you have butter? Do you have vanilla extract? No. Oh my gosh, woman. Okay. Dark chocolate, yay or nay? Are you a fan or not? Okay, yes. Do you have eggs? And flour? I don't suppose you happen to have an avocado. Yeah, because... No. Okay, well... do you happen to have sweet potatoes? No. Okay. Okay. So. every cup of white sugar, try 3/4 of a cup of syrup. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're still going with brownies, right? You still want brownies? How much syrup do you have? Oh my gosh. Woman, help me help you. Do you have chocolate chips? You don't have brown sugar. Never mind. That. Oh my gosh. Okay. 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 Oh, you woman! How do you have brown sugar but not white sugar? That's so much more specific. Okay. Well then, we're gonna go to my Mama's Food Pinterest board. That's a cake. And sweet potatoes. Dairy-free, gluten-free. Those are cheesecake bars. Something tells me you don't have the stuff for cheesecake bars. That's coconut flour. I don't know. Let's take a look. You could probably substitute coconut flour. Child, I judge. Like I said, I just as a basic rule, I always have enough to make at least one thing. Okay. Did I already ask about eggs? Okay. I think... Okay, if we substitute all this for, regular items... The only thing you don't have, I think, is the vanilla extract, but that should be fine. Okay, so, what we're gonna do... Do you want me to read you the recipe? Okay, it's fine. Like I said, I've done the gluten-free paleo baking before. It's fine. You're gonna have a lot of questions on what to substitute. So pretty much like the coconut sugar, just use brown sugar. The coconut flour, use regular flour. You have cocoa powder, salt, the coconut oil. What kind of oil do you have? Vegetables, fine. So pretty much, like I said, just substitute all the regular things for what is in the recipe. Okay, I will send this recipe to you. To audio. There you go. It's a Pinterest recipe. Like I said, if you have questions, ask me. I've been there. I've done that. And actually, you could even substitute the oil for butter. I would actually do that. Never mind. Don't use oil. Substitute butter and put just like a tiny bit of oil in there. There you go. Believe me, baking is not necessarily an exact science. Yes, use melted butter. So, what you're going to do... Okay, get all the ingredients. And then what you're going to do, melt the butter in a small pot. Don't put it on high heat. Just enough to where it's melted. And then you're going to mix in your sugar. And I'm going to have you put a splash of maple syrup in there because you don't have vanilla extract, so the maple syrup will give it a little bit of flavor. Yeah, do a little splash of maple syrup in there. And then... So mix that together. And then in a separate bowl, combine your cocoa powder and your flour. let the mixture cool. I mean, it won't impart any sweetness and it'll make it a little bitter, but I will say if you have coffee, maybe just put a splash of coffee to enhance the chocolate flavor. And then to the flour, add a hint, probably, I would say for that volume, I would do a teaspoon of baking powder if you have it. Do you have? Wait. No, do not use coffee grounds. Liquid you don't want to be crunching on coffee. Yeah, no, liquid coffee. Unless, do you happen to have like instant coffee, or are you talking about actual like coffee beans? Okay, so no, it's just straight up beans. No, do not put beans in your brownies. Unless you're trying to make the healthy black bean brownies, do not put beans in your brownies. I need a sticker for that. No beans in the brownies. Not gonna lie, this has got to be like some like cooking competition. Like, I'm literally trying to teach you how to do this blind. There was actually a show, oh gosh, what was it? It was Bon Appetit on YouTube. And they would do those cooking competitions where they'd be back to back, and they'd be like, okay, so now you're gonna take this, and then you're gonna do, like, they were walking each other through the recipes, but they couldn't see what they were doing. You know, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, I promise. Baking is actually not that hard. I completely free-handed that, unstuffed apple the other day. I was just like, you know what? Like, just a little bit of this, a little bit of this. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. And so it's just like, oh, yeah, like I said, when I say, like, a splash of maple syrup, yeah, that's... Yeah, no, super easy. Okay, I did not start out very, like, good at baking. Because, I burned muffins one time, and I fell asleep, I think. Or no, I was in my room and I got distracted and completely forgot that I was making muffins. Burnt to charcoal briquettes. Okay, but given the fact that you're actually not even using a standard recipe and we're like substituting things, experimentation is amazing. Although I would suggest at the store, maybe next time buy like at least a tiny box of white sugar. Just to have on hand. Mayhaps. You're committed to monster. I don't know where I got it, but one of my favorite phrases is when I'm like, "Oh no, I'm committed now." I was like, "I'm committed like felony. We're getting it done." I said that at work the other day, and it was hilarious. You will find that there are so many different ways to make brownies that it's fine. But this should get you some semblance of brownie. The fraud brownies. Okay, but if they turn out good, like... Which, honestly, like I said, I don't see why they wouldn't. But if they turn out good, we're gonna be like, what was that recipe again? The recipe where we substituted every single ingredient? So long as... Okay, the biggest thing is you have to pay attention to it. Okay, so what's... Yes, the recipe that isn't a recipe, which is my entire definition of cooking. Okay, what step are you on? Because like I said, when you're putting the sugar and the butter together, you're going to want to do that off the heat. And then you're going to mix them until the sugar is slightly dissolved. Oh my gosh! Go make brownies so I can walk you through this. It's a process. Go get in that kitchen. Put me on your phone or something. Put me in your pocket. We're going to make these brownies together, whether you like it or not. Because like I said, the steps are definitely not going to be the same. Like, the time and temp are probably going to be the same, but definitely not the steps. I'm getting there via, like, backcountry road, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, we're not taking Main Street. We're taking the back roads. We'll get to our destination eventually, and we may or may not be completely shaken by the time we get there. I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I said, when my mom was doing her, like, pretty, like, paleo, no carb, that whole thing. Yeah, I baked for her every Monday. So, yeah, I'm used to improvisation. Okay, you are in the kitchen. Get a small pot. Like, not one with double hand, like, small... Okay, find, like, a medium-ish size pot, because you're going to want to mix your ingredients in there. So, maybe... Show me a picture of your medium-sized pot. Because, like, you just have to have it big enough to be able to mix things in it. Step 1, find a pot. Once you accomplish step 1, we will move on to step 2. Yes, like, you're going to use it and heat it on the stove. This frickin' cow. I don't know why she's so happy. She doesn't have food. She's just free. She's happy to be free. It'll make sense. Just do it. Okay. Is it big enough to mix things? Your silence is suspicious. Okay, anywho, since apparently you found a pot, now what you're going to do... Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to take the butter, so however much butter the recipe is called for, put the butter in the pot over medium heat. So yeah, whatever oil it calls for, just measure that out in butter. And before, I know you're giving me funny looks on the other side of that phone. Don't give me funny looks. This is how I make my brownies, and they are fantastic. Do you so happen to have shredded coconut? Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, well, that's fine. Do you happen to have nuts, walnuts, almonds, anything like that? Pecans. Do you want pecans in your brownies? Because we could totally do that too. We can make it happen, Kevin. What the frick am I out of money? Okay. So, yeah, still just move on with the butter. We'll just keep the pecans in mind. Proceed, Captain, with the butter. Gosh, my aim is bad. Oh my gosh, I keep double. Okay, so as you're melting the butter, like I said, make sure it's on moderate heat, like medium. Just keep heating it until it's melted, and then if you feel comfortable, measure out the flour and the the flour, salt, teaspoon of baking. Do you have baking powder? Should probably ask that. I'm assuming you're checking your cabinets now. Ooh, wow, that's kind of far out there for this one. Yoink. Okay, so yeah, measure out your flour. Oh, it's cocoa powder. That's the other thing. Flour, cocoa powder. You're going to put those in a separate bowl, just like a mixing bowl, together. Okay, well, as long as you have baking powder. So yeah, in a separate bowl, measure out your flour, your cocoa powder, however much salt it calls for, and just a teaspoon of baking powder. I don't remember if the recipe called for baking powder, but it will help it floof. Okay, if you don't turn it up scorching hot, while the butter is melting, you're going to measure out the flour and the cocoa and all that. We're doing multi-steps. Oh my gosh! Do you just want to write this down? Here, write this down, okay? Let me get some paper. Get some paper. I'll walk you through this. At this rate, it's gonna take hours. Oh my gosh, child. I've made brownies like so many times. It's just like second nature to me. I'm like, I try to remind myself. Obviously, like, not everyone has made brownies a bazillion times. Have you measured the butter? Okay. Okay, the butter is in the pan. Medium heat. Why is she on top of her house? Problems. Anywho, yeah. About medium heat. Fire and fan. What? Get off. Why are you on top? Never mind. That is not my problem. Not my problem. Okay, yes. Medium heat. And then you're going to gently melt the butter. You don't want it boiling, but just leave it going until it is melted. And if you put it low enough, you can actually step away and, like I said, measure your dry ingredients. So like I said, in a separate bowl, you're going to do is measure out your flour, your cocoa powder, your salt, and the teaspoon of baking powder. It's giving Barbie Dreamhouse vibes. Don't mess with the sugar yet. It's like I'm going places. I just don't know where. Just places. Wait. Never mind. I had that in my inventory. This is hilarious. Not gonna lie, this is probably the most fun I've had with baking stuff in a while. Please tell me that you heard me say in a separate bowl mix these things together. It feels good to patrol the village every day. I'm the one keeping our streets clean. And I'm sure we all thank you very much, sir. Just let me know when those steps are done. Okay. Flour, cocoa powder, salt, teaspoon of baking powder. And once you have all that in the bowl, you're going to whisk it together and make sure that it's combined. Because, my friends, science lesson here, cocoa powder is hydrophobic. So, if you are trying to mix the cocoa powder directly into the liquid, it will not work. It helps if you put it together with the flour. Yes. Yes, actually, sad but true. Okay, what's wrong with the ratio? Or what do you think is wrong with the ratio? Is it... Do you feel like there's too much cocoa powder? Is that the problem? Don't... Okay, no, that is a thing. There will be almost equal parts flour and cocoa powder. It's a thing. Yes, I freaked out the first time I was making brownies. It's like, that is entirely too much cocoa powder. No, it's not. It won't be exactly equal. But, like I said, there will be a lot. There will be a lot of cocoa powder. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just trust. Trust the process. Okay, so that's all mixed together. Yes, nice and homogeneous. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, go back to the butter. Is it melting well or is it going slow? Because if it's going slow, you can give a little risky business and you can actually turn up the heat as long as you're paying attention to it. Okay, it is fully melted. Okay, take it off the heat. Okay, so it's off the heat. Now, you're going to take the sugar, put it in the butter. Oh, I forgot about that one. Gravity actually matters in this game. Cool, that's gonna... Okay, so mix the butter and the sugar together until it is, like, well incorporated, until it starts dissolving a bit. You know what, screw it. Not every wall needs a window. Okay, so just keep mixing it, get a little, like, get a little air in there. And then, let's see, what I'm gonna have you do is... Okay, now that it's mixed together, what you're gonna do is, it's hopefully not scalding hot. I want you to get your eggs. Because I think it calls for 3 eggs. So you're gonna get your eggs. There's no point in having a window here. Wait. It calls for 1 egg? I thought it called for 3 eggs. I was gonna say, I was like, I swear it called for 3 eggs. Okay, so crack them into a small bowl. Just make sure you don't get shells anywhere. Yes, crack them into just like a cereal bowl. Also, you should be preheating your oven right now. I think it's supposed to be at 350. Okay. Now that your eggs are cracked and everything, do you have a, like, silicone spatula? Like a rubbery spatula? You're going to mix the eggs into the butter and sugar with a splash of maple syrup. Just a splash, just a hint. You don't have to. If you just vigorously mix the eggs into the butter and sugar, it should be fine. If you feel more comfortable, yes, you can mix them first. Did you start preheating your oven? Okay. So because this is going to be, or that was the last day of this episode because I've already been going over. So, what you're going to do is you're going to finish mixing the eggs into the butter and sugar. You're going to make sure it is a smooth mixture. Then you're going to dump the dry ingredients into your wet ingredients. And you're going to want to do like a folding motion. You're not going to want to stir. You're going to try to like fold it in together. After that, you're going to get your pecans. If you have whole pecan, like the half pecans. You're going to chop them up until they're like decently bite-sized. You're going to throw them in there. I think it calls for an 8x8. So you're going to take your baking dish. If you have cooking spray, spray the fire out of the bottom of it. Pour it in there. Smooth it out. Bake it for the recommended time. Just keep an eye on it. Just make sure that it's not getting like burned. Okay, so however much time it's set it for 5 minutes less. And then if you stick a toothpick or like a fork in the middle of it and it comes off with batter still on it, it's not done yet. Unless you like yours goopy like I do. You can eat them that way. If you like them firm, bake them the extra 5 minutes. Okay? Bueno. And then let me know how it turns out. If you have any questions, feel free to text me. You have my number. But that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Thank you for listening to my baking rant. That would be so fun if I just got all of my viewers to sit there and bake something all at the same time. How did yours turn out? But yeah, I will be back tomorrow with another episode of my Discord Members' Choice. But until then, I hope everyone has a fantastic rest of their evening, and we are going to go find someone to raid. Who do we have? Oh, we have a lot of people. We're gonna go raid. We're gonna raid Candy. It's been a while. So, everyone, go say hi to Candy. She's amazing. She's funny. Go give her some love. Candy and I actually, ironically, got each other to affiliate. We were each the last like for each other before we reached affiliate. So I have a special love in my heart for Candy, but let's go say hi. Okay, bye!